Yes. I will find you the right size. But for the meantime, I have to go and turn off this camera. Doesn't mean I can't keep going with this, which in fact I'm going to do. And now I'm beginning to come up with a new plan. Plan, do something different. Make a new plan. Do something different than you plan. Plan again, and plan, and plan, and plan. It's just what you do when you go diving. Plan your dive and then do something different for what your plan is. That's the way to do it. If you want to join Jim Morrison and his idea of nirvana, that's a good thing to do. Except you better do it right, because you sure don't want to come up and have the bends. Just die instead of, No, the bends is worse, Don't. Actually, I kind of think that, I have a feeling that the real thing that they say is plan your dive and do what you say you're going to do, or else you're going to die or have the bends. And there are lots of things in life like that, but I don't think life itself is like that. Life is you plan and then you live your life, and whether that happens to conform to your plan or not, it's up to you. It's up to what's going on. You either follow your plans or you don't. And then you're in a new time. And if you're paying attention to your X plans, you say, oh, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. If I did it and it didn't work, so let me try harder. That's logic for you. And yet, that's exactly what we're being told. This therapist that supposedly was helping me and my wife, and he actually helped me a lot. I have to give this guy credit. If I'm talking to you, maybe I'll let you know I'm talking about you. And let you know the truth, because it's important. You've got to grow up, man. You were great. You're a very smart man. But you sit there and you're not honest with yourself about what's really going on in your mind. Maybe you just didn't want to take us on. Because we're people that have characteristics of people. One thing being, if we're in our 50s and we've been married for 31 years and we have certain patterns, but those patterns aren't going to like that. Right? We need to learn how to communicate, and when they come and say, let's really want to work on communication. And then you pronounce, oh no, Marcel, you haven't done. It didn't work. It looked like it was going to work, but you gave up. And therefore, you just have to go back to doing what you're going to... the only thing that you could do that makes sense is for you to go back to doing what you were doing before, because it seemed like it was working from my point of view. That's good for you. Good for you. You live your life that way. But I actually came to you to talk about living my life the way it makes sense to me. Certainly, I want to hear things that make sense to other people, because certainly I do not see everything the way others see it, which is a way of saying that sometimes I miss things that really are there, or I think I see things that maybe really aren't there. Although I would say it's not so much the latter. This has been the problem. I'm trying to make my life work within my set of parameters, abilities as well as limitations. And if I think you know what I'm about to say. I'm going on a little too long about this. And if I were to get back to you, Jay, my PT, psychotherapist, Jay, I'd say to you that your solution is not what, I don't believe you were taught in school that you come up with the solutions. Or maybe you were. Then that's part of the idea of professionals, professional societies. This is what we can provide and nobody else can. So that's why we can defend our ability to charge as much as we do. Well, I don't think that's really it, I think that the more progressive people within the profession have given up on being, leaders in the profession, because people who are leaders in the profession are people who want to limit it to what they can do. So enough of my bitterness. It's just my experience in life, It's like professionals. What does professional mean? It means defend our limitations. Not always. There are definitely good people. Oh, I know they're good people. I tried to be involved, and I was for a while, and I met some good people. But it's their way. It's the. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go there. Just if you get involved in your professional association, just realize that it's probably going to be less than you hoped. That's my guess. Even though it might be wrapped up in all sorts of possibilities, all sorts of opportunities for growth within your profession. There are these kind of programs and these efforts, these outreach efforts, and which are good. There's nothing wrong with any of that stuff. It's just that there's actually a lot more that's not being done and will not be allowed to be done by the kind of people who, the Peter Principle. There was a guy named somebody Peter, Lawrence Peters or something, or maybe his first name was Peter. Maybe he was talking about his organ, Us men like to do that. About Peter Principle. It rises to the... No, I'm sorry, that won't work. Rising to the occasion. I guess the Peter Principle had to do with rising to the occasion. Is rising to the level of your incompetence. That if you're not able to do the job at this level, then go up a higher level. And eventually you're going to get to the point where there's so little specific stuff that you're relying on other people who are better than you. Which actually, if you happen to be good at working with people, that might actually be the exact thing that you should be doing. And a company that recognizes that in you, that says you're not a very good technician, but you're good. You get people feeling good about what they're doing, and you have sort of what some people think is scatterbrained, but actually I realize you seem to be able to connect, and that's good. We need that, so let's put you in charge, put you in a supervisory sort of thing. But then, what does a supervisor do? Supervisor fires people, all sorts of fun, keeps track of people, deals with all the problems, which is not what, it's not what you want to be. So stay low and do what you can do. You do more that way, I believe. And at some point you might actually find yourself just rising up without even wanting to, maybe resisting it even, saying, look, I'll only take that on if I'm not going to take it on if it means certain things. And I'll do my best. I'll keep being the technician, or whoever, the artistic person. I'll be the artistic person, or the social work person, the person that's working in the front lines. Let me do that, and I can be available. I can help out in more higher level stuff, and maybe you could even pay me more for it. But don't give me a position in which I'm going to lose the ability to do what I do well, and I'm going to be doing things that I don't feel is my role. I'm not good. I don't want to be doing that. I'm not. Whatevs, man. This is going to stop. And I'll just keep smiling until it stops. It's kind of hard. You have to do the fake ones. Look at my teeth. Oh, do you like my new fridge? I'm very excited about it. I used to not have a tooth.